Jackie Jones, yeah. All right, Jackie Jones here, grilling with Jack. I'm gonna make something really easy to make. In fact, I think it's so easy to do that people overcomplicate it, and that is where the problem lies. And that is a grilled steak. Now, first of all, you want to start with a good cut of steak. That is the most important part. You don't want a bad cut of steak. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard to get done. It's just not gonna be good. So if you get a good cut of steak, there's not gonna be many ways you can mess this up. All right, got some ribeyes here, bone in, semi-boneless ribeyes. Now look at these. Now they look good. Now that is a good cut of meat. It's got some nice marbling in it. You want to look for good marbling. You want it fairly thick. It's a pretty thick steak there. You want the juices in there. These are going to be good. Now see, that is good cut of steak. Like I said, ribeye, porterhouse, New York strip. I don't really think sirloin's the greatest on the grill. Maybe steak tips, but nonetheless. Now, from there, you don't want to mess this up. You don't want to be just throwing like tons of spices and marinating these for days and all that kind of stuff. I don't recommend that. What I would do, real simple. Liberal amount of salt. Ground black pepper. That's going to be pretty much it. If you want to add anything else, maybe some garlic, something like that. But really, I wouldn't be adding much else. The only thing, after I'd put that on, I give it a little rub with some olive oil. That's not necessary, but I think it sears better on the grill. And it's less likely to stick. So, what I do, I'd put the pepper on first, then I'd put the salt over the pepper. If you have a nice salt on the top, it's going to make a nice crust on the grill. Then I would just throw it on the grill. Get the grill as hot as you can. All right, I'm going to season up these steaks, liberal amount of salt, ground black pepper, cover all that with some olive oil. We're going to be good to go. So basically, like I said, put on a lot of black pepper. Now this is the taste, however you like. If you don't like too much, someone doesn't like black pepper, don't put on. But I put a lot on. I like black pepper. I like the fresh ground pepper. People might think, oh, there's no difference. But there is quite a difference when you start doing it. And these grinders and whole peppercorns are really easily found nowadays. It's not like before where, you'd only see it in a restaurant. You can find them pretty much anywhere. So that looks good. A lot of black pepper, like I said. You can push that in if you like, but don't do too much of the steak. Then just coat it with some salt. Now, of course, you don't want it like crazy salty, but I would give it a liberal amount of salt. And you want to put the salt on right before you put it on the grill. And then I would, like I said, you don't have to do this, but I like to put a little bit of olive oil. You can brush that on or smooth it around with your fingertips. And that is going to prevent it from sticking, and it's going to sear really nice. Do that to both sides, then go to the grill. Look how tender this is. I mean, you can almost pull it apart now without even cooking it. All the marbleization all the way through it. Hell of a cut of meat. Grill is all nice and heated. Now throw on your steaks. Try not to overcrowd your grill. Got your 3 steaks on there. Maybe you guys can only see 2, but there's 3 on here. Look at that, 3 steaks. Close that up. Try to keep that closed for a good 5 minutes while it sears on that side. Try not to open it up. You don't want it to burn, but trust me, try not to open it up. Steak, for the most part, is not gonna burn unless you keep it on there for a long time. But leave it on 4 or 5 minutes and then come back to it. Close that up, do them another 4 or 5 minutes on that side, and they're gonna be a good medium rare. Trust me. And they're gonna be nice and seared all on the outside, gonna be good stuff. All right, so I actually took the steak off. You wanna let it rest. All the juices get all together. It's gonna be epic stuff. There's one more step here I'm gonna get to. Now, you're wondering, what is in this box? Let's open up and find out. The In Your Head branding iron. That's right. This is a meat branding iron, so don't be going and branding your friends. It's not a good way to go. So, you heat this up on the barbecue grill. I actually got a couple steaks still on here. Mine's resting, but the other people, they like theirs a little more well done. You gotta go by how people like it. If they like it rare, medium rare, however it is. Do it by how they like it. And don't judge people. If they like it well done, that's the way they like it. Who are you to say? Alright guys, so while we got that going, you got a little drink here. You got some Allen's ginger brandy. This is pretty good in orange juice and pineapple juice, or just straight up. It's pretty potent stuff. It's 100 proof, 50% alcohol. I like it chilled in the refrigerator and drank just like as it is. It's almost like a really strong ginger ale, only it's not carbonated. Not really anything like that, but what the hell? It's good stuff. I recommend it. But you're thinking out there too. You're saying, let the steak rest, let the meat rest. That's just something some fancy lads will tell you on cooking shows. But I'm telling you, it actually does help. If you take that straight off the grill, especially if you like yours medium or medium rare, less than well done, and you cut right into it, all the juices are going to fly right out of the meat. If you let that rest, they're all going to go throughout the meat. And they're not going to fly out when you cut it. It's going to be a lot better. Trust me, trust Jackie Jones and try it out. How do you like your steak? Leave a comment here. And the age-old question, because I do a show with 1-inch biceps, and he is a big fan of A1. He'll just pour A1 all over his steak. He'll almost have like an A1 soup with some steak in it. Really, if it's a good steak, you really don't need it. I know that's a cliche, but it's all personal taste. Sometimes even if you got a good steak, I like a little steak sauce with it. So if you like it, use it is what I say. Alright guys, so we got the steak there. Gonna grab the branding iron. It's all hot. And we are gonna brand this in your head. Can you hear that sizzle? The in your head branded steak. You might not be able to see it too good, but I could see it on this end. Good times, folks. Alright guys, we got ourselves some ribeyes. Look at those ribeyes. Don't they look delicious? Don't they look good? Nice grilled steaks. And they're really easy to do. Like I said, don't try to overcomplicate it. One last step is to taste it. Alright. Oh man. Now Jackie Jones got a nice big slice of steak. You can almost pull this apart, it's so tender. Might be a little hard to see, but it's nice and pink in the middle. Now that, my friends, is a steak. So juicy. Nice char on the outside. And taste of salt, taste of pepper. Most importantly, you can taste the steak. So tender, melts in your mouth. Really buttery taste because of the marbleization. Just a great steak. Also, I just want to say, if you get the ones with the bone in, it adds a little extra flavor in my opinion. Everybody out there is different. The boneless ones are good too. They're going to get done quicker. But and you might think I'm paying for the bone, which is true too. But nonetheless, I do think it adds a little extra flavor with the bone. Great steak, so good. I'm going to take another bite. That's a piece right in the middle. Still really tender. Still got the char. Still has all the flavor. Just a great cut of meat. Get yourself your corns and potatoes, fries, garlic bread, whatever you want, whatever you like with your rice, whatever you like with your steak. Good times, folks. Take advantage of the nice weather. Grill yourself up some steaks. or whatever it is that you like. So, for Jackie Jones here at Grillin' with Jack. Good food, that's great food there. Good drinks equals good times.